Okay, welcome to our poster presentation. I know we should do this in duos. However, with our project group we got an uneven amount of people. So I had to choose between two people, but I couldn't. So I chose both of them. So here on the left, this is Bram from the Netherlands. This is Charlotte from Germany. So we will explain, instead of 5 sessions, what the duo should do. We will explain every 7 sessions. So we will divide equally the workload. So first Charlotte is going to tell you about the first session.
Yeah, so the first session was about We the City. And We the City is a company which explores the way people see public space by events. And one of the events is the rooftop festival they had. And actually before that session we were not aware about that only 2% of the rooftop landscape is used so far. That means there's still a lot of potential to continue using it for festivals, and they had the idea to kind of create like a night on the rooftops for a lot of people to participate in. So it's all about show, grow and connect. And as the founder of We the City, Jesse Jörg, would say, it's about a cool story in the beginning. You need to tell that you get as many people as possible involved into one project. So let's see how the story is going to continue. The second session was about consumption motives in performing arts. The different motives of people to participate as a spectator in performing arts is really important to know, because as Peter de Roy said in his lecture, people buy an expectation of a benefit. Ruben Israel, the marketing and event manager of the Luxor Theatre in Rotterdam, he was also present at this session, and he told us about a campaign, a dating theatre campaign he developed in order to get people to watch a show together. In total they received 150 calls, had 50 matches and even one marriage in the end. The campaign was so successful that in 2007 they got the award for the most successful marketing campaign. And in addition to that, it got national free publicity. And the outcome of that campaign you can see here. It's a slogan: singles love to go to the theatre but don't want to go alone. So, stage 3 for Timon.
Yeah, so this third session was all about the urban futures versus place branding. So I will just highlight the key, most important things mentioned in the lecture, which was for me create the livable city. To create a livable city with the urban futures, place branding, they organized like workshops in 6 different cities. These cities were all over Europe. In Bratislava, Copenhagen, Dubrovnik, Wrocław, Glasgow, and also here Turnhout. Then the workshop they had in Glasgow struck me the most because it was really interesting. It was about a nightclub which was really made with all different kind of lightnings. It was just like an ecosystem. When you walked in, the lightning started, and the more people came in, the more light came in. So it was like a living lightning economy. So that was really interesting for me. Then Roman's going to tell you about the rituals in leisure.
Yeah, stage 4, the rituals in leisure. Well, at first, what are rituals? Rituals are certain procedures which persons will do in certain situations. These rituals can be person-related or context-related. And when it's person-related, it can be driven by emotional energy, group solidarity, or personal identity. So yeah, for instance, I always like to give people a high five when other people like to shake hands. So that's my personal identity, and that's my ritual for that. In the context-related situations, they are driven by the standards of morality, so what's right and what's wrong, and the collective identity. So, for instance, a religious person, they all have the same rituals for doing their stuff. And we can use these rituals in leisure by creating interaction ritual chains. So by that the whole experience of the event, or yeah, other possible leisure activities can be yeah, more positive, and well, you should research this, and yeah, when you research this, you should research the whole complete journey from yeah, starting to think about going to event and eventually afterwards and seeing what the event was like. Well, stage 5 is the location-based games. They're for leisure also. They are important. They are mobile games which are taking place in the real environment. So you can use your mobile phone, and the game is playing on your phone, but it's all in the real environment. So it can be used with interactive tours. So tourists can tour the city, and they don't get the dull information just like textual, but they can use the phone with the game and make the tour much more interesting. It is a way to let the tourists stay longer, because they will visit more places of the city, and they feel more connected in the end. Well, everybody is a player, so it is a thing which can use for every kind of event, every kind of leisure activity, because everybody has a mobile phone, so everybody can use it, and everybody will play it. There are different types of players, but well, in the end, everybody can fit in one of those types of players. This mobile, these location-based games can be used for tourism, shopping, or marketing, because there will be there's a possibility of a reward system, like giving vouchers or discounts, which will make the shoppers stay longer, buy more, and come more often. And now for the 6th stage, I will give Timon the stage again.
Yeah, so the 6th session was about sustainable strategies for events. From this lecture, the most interesting part for me was the concept of digital. It was organized by the umbrella organization Green Events, because I'm going to do my internship at Digital, so I really like to hear about this and dive deeper into this concept. What they did is implementing the concept of the hard cups to increase the sustainability for the event. So the lecture talked about the objectives, like the objectives for the guest of the festival, but also for the organization itself. The different methods they used in order to do this research, which contained out of the desk research, small questionnaire, participant observation, focus groups, and in the end interviews. By means of communication, they communicated towards the visitors, but also towards the organization in general, before, during, and after. Then the results which came out was that for 70% it was more waste-free for the plastic cups, because they could die could hand it in. So in general, the research was complete and it was a success. So then the last part of the session, the last session, session 7, Charlotte will tell you all about it.
Yeah, the last session was about crossroads in Brabant, life-changing stories between 1940 and 1945. Monique Hofer and her team got the assignment to create a narrative concept for Visit Brabant in order to market the area to tourists, especially international tourists, to attract them and to stimulate their imagination. So they needed to come up with a story in order to create that whole setting. As she said, it is really important always if you want to tell a story to add a prologue and finish with an epilogue. So the prologue starts with the Kristallnacht in 1938 and continues in the end with 2 children, Ursula and George, and 2 Jewish children who survived, and tell the whole story in a setting that it can be seen by different people, and George even published a book about it. Ursula nowadays lives in the United States and works with traumatized children. The whole concept was to market what happened in World War II, and the most striking thing that I took out of this lecture was that Monique said it's all about telling a simple story. Because when you manage to tell a simple story, people will retell your story. And in the end, it's always about that you want as many people as possible to retell your story. And at the same time, stories always provide hope. So the story of George and Ursula provides us with hope that things like this are hopefully not going to happen in the future like this again. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'd like to thank you for watching this presentation of our poster. I think I can say for Charlotte and Timon, we have learned a lot during this course, and I hope we showed it during this presentation. Thank you very much.